Being ridiculously well educated is easier and cheaper than you'd think. I didn't learn about business, trading, or startups from a textbook. I learned them screaming in a pit at 6 a.m., taking losses that would make your portfolio and your partner weep, and figuring out what mindset the financial system actually rewards. I have moved from the trading pits to billion-dollar exits and to board seats. So when I'm sitting across from you in an interview, I don't care where you learned. I care that you understand these 5 concepts. Concept number 1, AI fluency. The window is closing and most people don't even know it's open. Job postings requiring AI literacy grew 450% between 2022 and 2025. That's not a trend, it's a reordering. And yet I still sit across from candidates who treat AI like it's an elective. Here's the uncomfortable truth those people need to hear. Eventually is now. The first farmers who adapted tractors didn't look innovative, they just survived. If you are not fluent in AI tools right now, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, whatever is relevant to your field, you are not a competitive candidate in 2026. That's not harsh. That's just the market speaking. So I started in this business back when the trading floors were all manual and everybody did everything with open outcry and the amount of technology was really limited. Come 2000 and the whole internet boom and Y2K and all the insanity around just the explosion of internet stocks, we had to make a very tough decision, which is very similar to what we're going through today. It was either to embrace the new technology or kind of stick with the traditional, be a purist. And we decided to transition into new technology. And obviously looking back in hindsight, it was the right move. I think right now in 2025, 2026, you're at the same crossroads. Concept number 2, build something. The most important credential of the next decade won't be issued by a university. It'll be a link. OpenAI just paid $1 billion for an app one person vibe coded in his free time. They didn't pay for his resume, they paid for what he made. AI has collapsed the cost of creation to almost zero. What used to require a team, capital, and 18 months now requires a laptop, a subscription, and a weekend of genuine effort. A motivated 22-year-old can build a product, design an interface, write the copy, model the financials, and launch to real users before Monday morning. A GitHub portfolio, a newsletter with real subscribers, a business that generated 500 in actual revenue. Build something, anything, and then come tell me about it. When I got out of college and I was looking for my first job, I ended up in Chicago, which was the last open frontier of capitalism. It was a place where you could go with very little money, no skills, just a desire to try something new. I mean, like I said, it was the last frontier of capitalism before there was such a thing as entrepreneurship. I look at 2025, 2026 as something very similar. I think the opportunity that's in front of everybody, if you can differentiate yourself with skill sets that you've thought about and you've developed on your own, it's very similar to where we were, 45 years ago. I think one of the most important things to do is to be able to differentiate yourself from everybody else. And you can do that through showing me what you've built, showing me what you've learned know-how wise, and showing me what you've applied in some capacity to something. That's the most important thing, being able to differentiate yourself through real examples. Concept number 3, learn to be in a room. I have passed on genuinely brilliant people, technical skills that were objectively impressive, and yet I passed on them because I couldn't picture them in front of a client, because after 45 minutes, I didn't want 45 more. We are entering an era where AI handles technical execution. What AI can't replicate is a person who walks in a room and makes everyone in it want to lean forward. Someone who has a point of view, someone who can disagree without being disagreeable. Learn to tell a story. Be someone people want to know, not because it's strategic, but because interesting people do interesting work. Throughout the years, I've been around a lot of really skilled people, some with incredible personalities, some with zero personality. Some people, and it's a very few, can get away with just raw brilliance. And I'm telling you that number is pretty small. Most of the time, you need people that can combine smarts with some personality. You need to be, the word I've always used is likable. I've been around CEOs that are incredibly likable, that have decent skill sets. I've been around CEOs with exceptional smarts that are not likable, and therefore they are not successful. You're a real outlier if you're super successful and you're not likable. You will find that most successful people have very similar character traits, but they're most importantly, They're likable. Concept number 4, don't just be in the room, learn to own a room. Likability gets you in the door, communication gets you to the top. In 2026, every professional is also a media professional. Video calls are permanent, presentations are recorded. The ability to project conviction through a screen is now a direct revenue-generating, promotion-accelerating skill. Warren Buffett didn't say communication was one of many useful skills. He said it adds 50% to your value immediately. That is the single highest return investment available to any professional, and it costs nothing but discomfort and repetition. Do the uncomfortable thing. When we hired anybody for Tasty Trade or Thinkorswim or Lossdog, we always say, if you're not willing to put it all out there, you can't work here. Like, you have to be willing to put it all out there. And I think that that's part of the world we live in 2026. I think everybody has some form of media exposure. So I think it's super important. Concept number 5, keep learning new stuff. I'm not going to tell you college is a waste. The data doesn't support that, and I don't traffic in comfortable lies. College graduates earn roughly 65% more over their lifetimes than those without degrees. But here's what the same data also shows. That premium has declined every single year since 2019. As a trader, I see everything as a market. And right now, the market is delivering a verdict. The supply of college graduates has outpaced demand. All markets correct. This one is correcting in real time. So get the degree. It's super important. It's still the entry fee, but understand what it is. It's the minimum, not the answer. The candidates winning right now walked in with something more. They walked in fluent in AI. They walked in with something they built. They walked in with the kind of presence that made the hiring manager put down their phone. And when it was time to speak in the interview, in the presentation, in the room, they owned it. That's what being truly educated looks like in 2026.